What is going on? It's your man Cleveland Terry. We're going to show you guys the Humpter booth, or at least the Humpter stands, because I know you guys have been asking about it. So we're going to show you that. So I'm going to grab the stands. We're going to put them together. I'm going to show you exactly kind of how they work. Give me a second to get the bag. Okay, so when you buy the Humpter stands, you're going to get this bag right here. You can see the size of it from the way I'm holding it. And then you're going to get two external base stands right here. I don't know how heavy they are, but they feel probably like they're, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 pounds, something like that. But they're very, very stable. So within the stand, you have this piece right here. In this piece, there is a little screw that goes underneath here to attach to the pole. I do love the bag. It's real easy to travel around with, no hard edges. In the bag, you have your bases, your middle part, and then your top part. Now, one of the things that is cool, they are adjustable. So even though I think they sit at about, I don't know, maybe 6 feet, 6.5 feet, you can decide if you want to do the full length or if you want to shorten it up and then put this one on and have a shorter stand. So very, very convenient. And then we'll take out the top, which is this guy right here. Now on the top, you do have straps that come with it, so you can strap the mover right to the top just for a little more stability. You also have this little weighted screw here that you can plug into the back of here. It'll come out the top, and then if you have your movers on, you know, the clamps that come with the movers, most of you people just throw those clamps away. Well, you can lock those in and then lock them in, that way they don't fall over. But the surface area is so large that for most movers, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. Here's the pocket with the screws. You have 2 screws and then 2 of these kind of weighted pieces here. First things first, you're gonna take the base and you're gonna put this screw, this bolt, underneath. So you're gonna feed it through the bottom here, like so. And then we're gonna take the bottom piece, easy to see. It's the only one with this little lip right here. You can see on here that it fits perfectly right on top of this base. So it just kind of locks right in place. So once you have that, this is the hardest part of the whole thing, is locking it in. There you go. Screw, screw, and then tighten. Like so. And you just keep going until you have a nice secure piece. Okay, in. All right, so as you can see here, look to the side, even though it still comes out a little bit, that way you can grab it and actually, you know, unscrew it after you're done. But these little feet here are actually elevated above this, so it never gets in the way. We notice on the back side here, we do have these black clamps. The clamps are for your cords. If you are running any movers with cords, you just click, click, take it down. Maybe one side for your XLR, another side for your power. Okay, so this is clearly the back side, so it makes it easier to kind of figure out, you know, which way you're setting it up. Then we take this guy like so, and then there's just 2 clamps. 1, 2. Now, we're gonna take this guy, this is the last piece, like so. This is why these things really come in handy, so it's easy to see. Would it have been nice to have them internal? Absolutely, it would have been nice. But this does help me get this thing on quickly. Okay, so now we have the back side. Then we just take this side. You have a little hole. If you want to feed cords through this, you just set it right on top. Done. You're done. But let's say, for instance, you know, you don't want it to be this high. And what is this? This is definitely about 6 feet tall. And let's say you don't want it to be this high. Take this piece off. Piece off, piece off. Okay. Take this guy right here. Clamp, clamp. Yeah, I'm doing this in real time. I haven't changed anything. Still, very, very stable. If you're on a stage or something like that, well, obviously you're not gonna necessarily want it to be as high if you're on a high stage, but if you were on a low stage or on the floor, then you're definitely gonna wanna put the middle piece on. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll put a mover on, and we'll see how much it moves around. Okay, now, all right, once it's all together, it's definitely weighty. This is the Intimidator. This is a pretty weighty light. Set it right on top. We're gonna put this on auto. I'll let the thing kind of do its thing. And I believe it's in DMX mode right now, so let me just switch it over. Hey, Chevet, you wanna speed this up a little bit? Just a little bit, a little firmware update. Speed up that BIOS. All right, let's put on while this is running, we're gonna put a heavier one on. Let's put the 350 on. There we go. Okay, and like I said before, with the stands, with this longer cord, again, I have nothing strapped on, nothing locking it into place, but the balance on this thing is really, really impressive. So, tell me if you see any movement. A little movement is typical because it is changing forces, but it's super slight. And for most DJs, this is gonna be probably the heaviest mover that you're gonna put on here. It's the 4Z, this 200 watt behemoth, the Spot. And look, there's no movement. Now, if I grab it and I move like this, yes, of course, we're gonna get a little movement if I'm doing this on my own. But just the weight of the mover, there's no movement whatsoever. I'm a big fan of these. I'm a really, really big fan of these. Now, let's talk about the bad part of this. We're gonna go to Hollywood DJ, since Hollywood DJ is the seller of this guy right here. The cost of the Humpter light stand is $2,000, $1,999.99. They come in white, but they also come in black. Now, I know what you're saying. These guys, oh my God, $2,000 for stands? You do get two of them. They come in a bag, come in a nice bag, all the stuff you need for it. But $2,000 isn't cheap for stands. But I will tell you this, this is the only stand that does its job and does it well. Yes, you can get yourself a flex stand and put a mover on top. It works. There's lots of options. You can go trusses. I got tons of trusses back here. And then you can put a metal plate on top, put the truss on top. I have a 12-inch truss right there. That'll work just fine too. So there's a lot of different options you can do. But if you are using, for instance, the Humpter booth, if you are using the Danny Max furniture or the Bun furniture, all that all white and stuff like this, I was more concerned that this wasn't gonna match my Danny Max booth than I was that it wasn't gonna work. And as you saw on the pictures that I had on IG, I'm gonna post it right here, it works just fine. It works just fine, it looks great. It doesn't look like it's out of place or like they don't match. It's a good looking stand. And they're small, they're lightweight, they're out of the way. If you wanna build a truss, you gotta bring, I know you can get stackable ones too. I know those things exist too, but they're not gonna stand like this. This is made, it's a premium stand. It's not gonna be for everybody. Not everybody's gonna be able to afford it, nor are everybody gonna want to afford it. But for the ones that do, I don't think you're gonna get better as far as just a good looking pure white stand. This is a metal stand. Hear my ring hitting it? So it's not acrylic, so you can't run a light in between them, so you can't use like your Ape Labs coins or anything like that. But as far as what they can do, I'm just gonna put this light right here. And you tell me if that's not providing you with more than enough kind of visual ambiance for your party. So I love these stands. I know they're expensive, but I haven't seen a stand that is just as good. I'm a big fan of Danny Mac's booths. You guys know I use them. I'm an ambassador, and they are wonderful. The totems that they have that you can use, you've seen me use them, the cases are so large, it becomes even hard to put them in the vehicles because they're humongous cases. They work just fine, but they have a weight limit. So I can't run this 4Z on there. I can't run the 350 on there. As a matter of fact, I can't even run the 60 on there. I can only run like the 160s and things of that size. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you're using. But if you're anything like me and you are kind of adjusting to the size of your parties, you know, if it's a small party, maybe the 160s will do just fine in a gig bar. But if it's 200 people, 250, 300, well, you're gonna wanna go with some stronger movers. And then if that's the case, then you gotta go with heavier movers, and you gotta make sure that it's heavy enough or durable enough to hold the weight. And these hold the weight, and there's no movement. Even on my build-a trusses that I've done, you know, they will rock a little bit, and you have to deal with having the super heavy bases on the bottom because of the poles. This is one piece. This is, well, technically 3 pieces, but it's one whole piece that you have to account for. So, big fan, expensive, yes. Worth it, that's for you to decide, but for me, I haven't seen anything better. I guess we should break them down too. We want to break them down, right? So let's do that real quick. Okay. Move that to the side. All right, I want to take a moment to talk about the sponsor of today's video, and that is Hollywood DJ. They've been around forever. As a matter of fact, when I started my DJ company, they were the first local LA business that I went to go buy gear, and I got a great deal then, just like you're going to get a great deal now. So I've teamed up with them to offer some special deals and special discounts. Link will be in my description below so you can see what kind of offers they are. If it's not up immediately after you check out this video, come back later on in the day and it will be updated with my link so you can get the best possible deal and maybe other things to go along with it. Hollywood DJ is an online service provider and a brick and mortar, so you can pretty much guarantee that there's always going to be some place that you can go if you run into any problems. So if you're a new DJ or an established DJ, there's absolutely nothing at Hollywood DJ that you cannot get from them. So take a look at the list. They have an extensive list of all of the manufacturers, especially for DJs, strictly for DJs. This is the one that you want to check out. They do have a handle. You can do this. And that's it. We're out.